Welcome to the channel, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about Sofia Isella's newest EP, Something is a Shell. Sofia Isella is a 21-year-old classically trained musician. According to her bio on Spotify, she's been songwriting since she was 8 years old and playing violin since she was 3. She also produces as well as plays guitar and piano. This latest EP was released on April 17th, and it's her third EP following I Can Be Your Mother in 2024 and I'm Camera in 2025. But she has not actually released an official debut album yet. She makes what is considered art pop and can be very avant-garde with her music. The cover is a black and white photo and she's like split in two at the waist and doing these weird poses. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's very intriguing. And as far as EPs go, I guess it's a decent length, pretty long one. It's about 6 tracks and 27 minutes long. The first track on the album is called Numbers, verse 31, lines 17 through 18. Now, of course, that title caught my attention because that's a Bible verse. And it's a pretty controversial verse where God commands the Israelites to kill every Midianite boy and non-virgin woman and to take the virgin girls for themselves. And it does actually mean girls as in children, as the verse goes, "Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves." That's the King James version, in case you're wondering. But yeah, getting into the track, it begins with her paraphrasing the Bible verse in an almost muffled voice before a soft piano tune comes in, followed by gentle singing. And it has this swelling chorus that crescendos each time that it plays. It's a haunting track with a lot of religious imagery, as the whole song is centered around that Bible verse. It also has a lot of empty space, which I think contributes well to the theme and sound of this track. Next is the track Out in the Garden. This is a more rock-oriented track with electric guitars and drums being very prominent in the instrumentals, and it has a sort of grunge sound to it. It has very passionate singing that feels very cinematic, almost like something you would hear in like the build-up to a final battle in a fantasy epic. And this track continues with the haunting sound and lyrics that contain religious imagery like the last track did. Next we have the track Star V, or maybe Star 5. It's a lowercase v, so I don't think it's a Roman numeral. Regardless, this track has a very hypnotic, percussive beat with drums, gongs, I think a xylophone, and there's even this shing noise that sounds like a sword being unsheathed that we hear throughout the track. And this track, she has a vocal delivery that's more half singing and like half just speaking or talking. And it has very ethereal production. It's one of the more spacey songs on the EP. Next is the track The Chicken is Naked and Afraid. This was released as the single for the EP, and it has this weird sampling of like a chicken clucking, or at least something that sounds like a chicken clucking. It has a slow, almost boom bap rap style beat. Her verses are spoken, and it almost sounds like rapping with how her cadence is. But she sings the chorus, which is a nice contrast, and it's very catchy too. And each time the chorus begins, this grungy sounding guitar comes in, which I really like. Next is the track Above the Neck. Pulsing synths open this track, and the verses have a spoken delivery again, but it even more so resembles rapping than it did on the last track. And this has a very minimal drum beat, which sort of forces you to focus on the lyrics. The lyrics criticize the normalization of how infantilized porn has become, with things like crossed eyes, pigtails, cluelessness, and, in her words, Hello Kitty shorts being things that get the largest amount of views. And finally we had the last track on the EP called Evergreen Soldiers. This track has a much softer tone than really the rest of the EP and prominently features an acoustic guitar. It's very slow and somber, and it's a vulnerable song that was reportedly written in the heat of the moment, something that, according to her, she doesn't really do. This is overall a very haunting, dark, and gloomy EP, which I think is perfectly represented by the cover. It has ethereal and eerie production that's very dreamlike and atmospheric, as well as passionate and intense vocal deliveries. Her songwriting on this EP can be very raw and is kind of gory, which can result in some unsettling but very fascinating lyrics. Overall, I think it's a great EP. It's kind of hard. It's something that took me a couple listens to really get into, but ultimately I ended up loving it. You definitely have to be in a certain mood for it, but I definitely recommend checking it out. But that's all I've got for you. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.